Welcome to Psychology Corner. This is the audio version of Why Astrology Doesn't Work: 13 Evidence-Based Arguments Against Astrological Claims. Astrology is a belief system that claims there is a correlation between the positions and movements of celestial bodies and an individual's personality traits and life trajectory, suggesting that cosmic patterns can influence human behavior and destiny. Its origins can be traced back to ancient civilizations, including the Babylonians and Greeks, where it was intertwined with astronomy and mythology. But astrology is still used extensively all around the world. The main problem with this divinatory practice is its lack of scientific support, which has led to its classification as pseudoscience. Its claims and predictions do not hold up to empirical scrutiny. Here are 13 evidence-based arguments to support the view that astrology is not a scientifically valid practice. These arguments highlight the absence of empirical evidence, the reliance on vague descriptions, and the inconsistency of astrological systems. By examining these points, we can better understand why astrology is viewed skeptically within the scientific community, and how it fails to provide reliable insights into human behavior and global events. There is no empirical evidence that celestial bodies, besides the sun, whose influence is primarily through warmth and light, and the moon, which affects tides, influence human behavior and events. Gravitational forces from distant planets are simply too weak to affect individuals or influence global events. An individual's personality is primarily shaped by factors such as genetics and environment, not birth charts. Studies in the field of psychology show no connection between the positions of the planets at the moment of one's birth and personality traits. Zodiac signs do not correspond to specific personality characteristics and life tendencies or paths. It's the vagueness of the descriptions that makes individuals believe that the star sign assigned to their birth date reveals their personality traits or other aspects of life. The same is valid for the so-called aspects, or geometric angles between the planets, which astrologers believe can create harmony or tension in one's life. There is no planet-specific symbolism or meaning. Astrologers claim that each planet governs an aspect of life. For example, Venus is supposed to be linked to love and personal relationships, the Moon to emotions, while Mars is believed to govern motivation and actions. However, these connections are pure fantasy and projections. The symbolic meaning of each planet or celestial body used to develop astrological charts and interpretations is rooted in ancient mythology, as well as personal and collective psychology, not science. The concept of astrological houses, segments of the chart that correspond to areas of life such as career and relationships, is unfounded and arbitrary. There is no scientific basis for these elements. Our life paths are shaped by real-world factors such as biology, environment, and education, not the positions of planets and stars. So-called retrograde periods, when a planet appears to move backward, are not associated with a disruption or change in that planet's influence on someone's life or global events. This effect, the retrograde motion, is just an optical illusion, with no effect on life on Earth or anywhere else. The moon's phases and position do not influence a person's emotions, instincts, or timing for certain activities. The same goes for lunar and solar eclipses. There is no werewolf effect caused by full moons. Sorry to disappoint and spoil the fun, but studies have already debunked the idea that the moon affects human or animal behavior or mental health. No such correlation exists. Astrology does not hold any higher understanding related to timing and astrological cycles, and therefore cannot help individuals improve their decision-making. Planning significant life events based on astrological charts does not give you a better chance at successfully achieving your goals. There is no evidence that astrology improves decision-making. Astrological compatibility does not predict a relationship's success. One of the main money-making services provided by astrologers is compatibility charts for couples, or for individuals who want to know whether their crush is their soulmate, and if they're ever going to see a return of affection from their part. This is nothing but another way to exploit a gullible and vulnerable audience. There is no evidence to support the idea that certain signs are more compatible with each other or that this compatibility can predict the outcome of personal or professional relationships. Personality traits, communication skills, emotional intelligence, and shared values have better chances to provide information regarding the potential of a human connection, not zodiac signs. Your ascendant or rising sign does not describe the mask you present to the world and does not determine how others see you. First impressions and one's persona, social mask or image, are mainly shaped by expressions of our personality, such as body language, facial expressions, and social interactions, not the so-called ascendant or rising sign. Astrological transits, meaning the ongoing movements of planets and progressions, the symbolic time measurements in astrology, cannot be used to predict your future. Predicting future events based on planetary positions, movements, and other observations has no scientific foundation. Research has shown that astrological predictions are no more accurate than chance. The randomness and complexity of our lives cannot be forecasted by astrology. Astrology's diverse and inconsistent systems prove that its results are not founded in facts about the natural world. There are multiple forms of astrology out there: Western, Vedic or Hindu, Chinese, and others. They all use different zodiac signs, house systems, and planetary interpretations. These systems can result in different birth charts and personality readings for the same individual, thus making the practice inconsistent and unreliable. Astrology relies on outdated astronomical data. Astrology relies on outdated star positions and ignores phenomena such as the precession or gradual wobble of the Earth's axis, meaning most zodiac signs no longer align with the actual constellations, which invalidates its predictions.